Hi. It was just like today I don't wanna talk anything. Actually, it was really normal. And did you see any changes? Yeah, I see that I changed my composition from right to center. And why I did that? Because I don't know, just that composition would be really good. Because of that, if the camera is in front of me and whoever the person is watching, I am directly talking to him. Okay, and it's a really good uh, way of communication between the two person. Okay, so if the person is here and I'm just kind of like a talking like this, so this is not a good. Because of that, you feel something like that there is something happened with that guy, like he is something like a hekla or something like that. So it is really not so good. Okay, and if you want to do something third person view, what is a third person view? Third person view means it's just like I was talking directly to him. So basically you are looking at my like kind of like a bit really closer. It's just not just like a third person view means you need to be close up, not just this is the mid shot. Okay, and when you are trying to show the third person view, the third person view has to be kind of like a bit really closer to his face, so that will become really really amazing to watch. Okay, it's kind of like a, okay, like this is the kind of like your master shot, so your the third person view would be bit really closer, so it's a mid shot, it will become really close up shot. So this is the kind of thing. But right now it just makes me feel really good to talk like this. Okay, little bit of composition has to be changed, little bit. Okay, I need to be eye level, eye level. Okay, so this is eye level. So what I need to do, well actually there are so many things I do, and just like I feel that right now I'm at home. Okay, and actually I am making my short film just a month here, and my main purpose is that I have to make that film and showcase to the film festival, and then maybe it just like if that film has some sort of quality, then maybe it will be win some of the prizes or get some of the acknowledgement from the people who are who are like a big director or producer or whatever it is. Okay, but it just if doesn't have if is this thing such doesn't thing happen, then it will give me some sort of experience. Yeah, and trust me, just like that experience is really good for me. Trust me, it is really good. Why? Because of that, today I learn about the histogram. Okay, I have a camera almost like from last year, but I didn't really use that much camera. I just use for really necessary purpose. Okay, but so what is exactly necessary purpose? It's just like I just want just the main thing for using this camera for shooting hyperlapse, because I was mainly focused on the hyperlapse, and my hyperlapse is also really popular too. And it's just like while shooting, while taking pictures from the, like you cannot do hyperlapse with the cell phone. Why? Because of that cell phone has a really kind of like a, you can take, yeah obviously, but it is kind of like a bit really difficult, because when you are shooting with the hyperlapse, when you are trying to capture the photos, you need to match the center point of the frame and the subject. Okay, and you are taking almost like a 200 photos or 300 photos, so each photo has to be matched with that center point. Okay, and it is bit really difficult to do something like that in photos. Why? Because of in mobile phone. Why? Because of that, in camera sorry, in a mobile phone you have a screen, so whatever the camera capture you can visualize or you can decide through the screen. Okay, which is really good, yes, but sometimes it is not. Why? Because of that, when you have a viewfinder, like a camera has a viewfinder, then you can look from it, and then you can easily adjust. Because of that, the DSLR camera, when you are taking the pictures, the camera is bit really close to you. Okay, and then you can easily take composition through your hands, because and you are not shaking because camera is bit really close to you, and you can capture it. Okay, and that is the main advantage. When you have a cell phone, you just take photos from right this distance, so it's just like this is the kind of like a distance I have from my eyes and the screen. Okay, and there are so many shakes happen while taking some photos, like if I am pressing the shutter button, it also some sort of shake is also include on that phone too, so it is really not so good. And another thing is that while taking a hyperlapse, you need to set your ISO aperture and shutter speed has to be equal. Do not change anything while taking the hyperlapse. Why? Because of that, it's just like you take one photo with shutter with ISO 200 and you take another photo with ISO 400, so you can easily uh, see the difference between the. So while taking and shooting with the hyperlapse with the phones, what is the problem? Problem is that first of all, it's not really literally convenient while taking hyperlapse with the phone. For that you need some sort of gimbal if you have that gimbal, but as it is, having a gimbal is also really bit complicated. Because of that, you need to adjust your composition through the joystick, not through hand, because hand has a shake, so you are using gimbal, so you are reducing that shake. But the convenient for changing the composition so quickly as good as possible, it would be really good when you have a DSLR. With the gimbal, it is also a bit really complicated too, because you are depend on the gimbal as an electronic device, so it is really not so good. And as also there is also one thing is that the first thing is that the convenient, like the just like the phone is just like this is the convenient way to taking the photos, or this you cannot take photos from that distance. It's a bit really not so just it doesn't do some, it is like you cannot do some such things like that if you are taking photo from that. It's not the problem one. Problem number two is that you cannot set the shutter speed, ISO and aperture from your cell phone. What? This is actually there are so many third party apps and application you can download and you can use, and you can set your shutter speed and ISO from that app, and it will be really give you really good result. Yeah, I know it's really good result, but trust me. Why is that? While I'm not trying to saying that you need to take almost like a one more two photo. No. I'm trying to say you need to capture almost like 200 and 300 photos. And when you are capturing that much amount of photos, so it is bit really challenging for you and your device too, trust me. And if you are using the third party, then it will be really not so good. Okay, why? Because sometimes maybe that software could lag, or maybe if you are using native apps that has some sort of things like a shutter speed and this so you can take that photo. I didn't really experience that because I don't have such mobile that has a native camera which can inbuilt that can decide shutter speed and ISO. I have just Redmi Note 5 Pro, and it doesn't have any such things. Yeah, I can download some of the third party apps too, but I just shoot. My first video is that first video I'm shooting hyperlapse with the cell phone. I use the gimbal, which is I'm telling you my experience is that it was much more difficult me for taking hyperlapse through your phone. But it's just like once you start it and once you get really comfortable in that process, then you will definitely do something like that. Yes, because you just need a gimbal and mobile gimbal, and you just need just like monopod or tripod. If you have monopod, which is really good. Yeah, if you don't have tripod, don't use tripod. Tripod has a really big leg and which is not so good. Tripod for is that key height. Yeah, it's just like when you are taking photos from the DSLR, the the height is literally average to the rest of the photos. Like if you are taking almost like a 200 photos, the height of the taking pictures is maintained, because you are kind of like a whenever you are capturing the photos, you are capturing photos through your eye, and you are not suddenly increasing your height from there. Some sort of bump is maybe available, but you can see all those things and it is not that much matter. But when you are handling the gimbal, like this is the gimbal, so and you this is the gimbal, okay, and just try to imagine in my hand it is a gimbal. So you take photo, it is good, good, and then you take a break and you just good, good. See what happens, I just change from height there to there. So it literally changes while you are like you cannot see that change because it's just like a really minimum distance. But when you are in post production, when you are in Premiere, it is bitterly challenging, because at that time the Premiere what can do is that they just zoom the photo, reduce the quality to match that picture, and then zoom out. And it just you definitely can see something like bump inside the that when you are that hyperlapse, and that is really not so good. So that's why I recommend is that obviously if you don't have any DSLR camera, then obviously you don't have any choice, so shoot from that. And if you don't have any gimbal as also, so you can take photos from your hand too. And if you are doing something like that, trust me, it's really like you have that potential to be a filmmaker. And trust me, just like you are taking just like the average hyperlapse photos is just like a 300 photos, and you are taking almost like a 300 photos through your phone without gimbal, without tripod, just so it's really good. And if you are making that final product is even better, so it's just like your hard work is worth it, trust me it is. So yes, so this is the challenges, but when you have that, just do it, and it's really good for you and for your everything. Also, what I need to talk about, huh? Well, today I learned about the histogram. Okay, and what is the histogram? Okay, basically I know about the histogram, but I didn't really use histogram before. Today I use histogram, and the changes in my output that I get was really amazing. It's just like histogram. It's just like there is a graph of the how much light uh, is available, how much light is your sensor can capture this. So this is the what should I say? This is kind of like a how much light you are it's just like you cannot decide from the display that is this light is really good, like my character is a bit really exposed or not. I just made some sort of boo boo is that ki when I was trying to shooting a customer care my short film. So while I was shooting myself, I set my camera to the tripod and then just try to set my frame rate 24, shutter speed 150, and then set my aperture is to 3.5 because I have a kit lens, so it cannot go below that, so I have just 3.5, which is good. And I just my ISO is 100. Okay. And whatever I see was really good. I can see in displays that okay, I can see myself and everything, just like what I just I my camera doesn't have any flip screen. So what I did is let's hit the press record, go to the location, try to do something acting, just little bit, just like for just 10-20 seconds, and just like go come back and just like stop and then watch. And also set the frame and set the setting regarding from that footage. So if that frame is really good, the composition is really good, then I lock my tripod and then set my setting. And while setting while I was uh, setting changing my camera setting, so there is a problem is that I didn't really see any histogram. Yeah, histogram is, yeah, it was there, but I didn't really see that. My the main focus is that the setting of the all those things like shutter speed, ISO and everything, but I didn't really see any histogram. In histogram, they are saying is that your image is bit really darker, but I wasn't even notice those things because in the display everything is look really good to me. So I said, yeah, okay, and just press the hit record and press the record and just like shoot everything. Okay. Then I see that then I see that video on that DSLR. It looks really good to me, yeah. And then I copy that all those footage to the computer, and then I see, dude, it was so dark out. But there is a one thing is that ki, it is like I like the dark. I didn't, yeah, trust me, I didn't really like so much overexposure and everything. I was like very less light. Just I just want to the see your face. That's it. Okay. If I get with the good composition, trust me, just like I don't like some of the too much bright and too much light. It is really not so good for me for as a filmmaker. Trust me. I need a light, a focus light. That's why I use honeycomb. I don't have honeycomb. Okay, I don't have any light. But what is exactly honeycomb? Honeycomb is that ki you probably see in many film or many BTS video, but you didn't really know what is it. There is a light. Okay, there is a big source of light, that name is key light, and in front of light there is some sort of fence of the uh, black cloth have some sort of fence like cube. Okay. You see those things in every BTS video. What does they do? They just focus light. They are not just like light is meant to be. They are kind of like a distracted in any way. Like if I have a light, the light is just not just go straight. It just like go that way. Okay, so it's spread all across. So what is exactly happened? Like when you are capturing some of the model right now, it just like you, like in front of you, that is me. Okay, so you see some of the dark on my eyeball? That is because of that the today is cloud day, I don't have any light. Today is a cloud day, so cloud day is that it gives you really soft diffusion. It does not really hard, it's bit really soft. But when you have honeycomb, it will become so soft that everything, like if you see the light on matha and the light on my eyes is kind of like a bit really equal. And that is really good sense of light. If you study about the lights and thing, it was really help you to much do you better on your thing. So yes, this is it. There are also so many things to say, but right now I just need to go to bicycling because I didn't really bicycle yesterday, so I have to do it now. And yeah, so this is it. What should I name it? I don't know. I just wanted to sort of, so that's why I came here. There is no some sort of subject. I just wanted to talk, and that's why I came. So this is it. This is it. But I have to name it.